Everybody, welcome back to another first look at TEW 2016. I'm your host ScottBGaming, and today we're going to be looking at another episode of USPW. We've done 2 television shows, so I think there's at least one more TV show before we hit the pay-per-view. We made a few signings in the last episode. Well, one of them was in a dark match, one of them was on commentary, and one of them was very much a main event player right off the bat. So a little bit of breaking news here. Off camera, what happened was Mark Dubois failed a drugs test, so I've already suspended him. So he's done a dark match and now he's suspended for a month. So, yeah, that happened. That happened big time. So we're going to go now to the next TV taping. I'm not entirely sure what day it is. On Tuesday, maybe Thursday? Thursday, could be anything really. Okay. Lobster Warrior looks abroad. Interesting. Lobster Warrior / the Crippler looking to go overseas. Very interesting, that. Okay, I think we should start pre-booking some of the pay-per-view events that we're looking to do, or, well, the first pay-per-view event anyway. So that would be in pre-booking, but I'm not entirely sure what the upcoming pay-per-view is. So have a look at the schedule. Stars, Stripes and Slams, Tuesday of week 4. Okay, that seems okay. Yeah. So, Stars, Stripes and Slams. Let's do some pre-booking. I'll get that. Book a match. Fabio has said, in order to win the national battle, sign Koklov, step back and see your points fly. Koklov is the man that we brought in, as we can see from last episode, which was uploaded earlier today, in fact. So, I'm going to book the matches that I know are happening. So, if we go to the main event, we know that Nicky Champion is going up against Steve Fraley. Save that. Save that. Okay. Book match. Unfortunately, the tag team titles aren't going to be on the line. We're also having a 1 versus 1 with Marat Koklov. And this is the match I decided on partway through last show. James Justice going to be welcoming the big Russian onto pay-per-view. We are also going to have Rich Money going up against Chris Caulfield. And yeah, Chris Caulfield isn't going to be winning that one. Spoiler alert there. Okay. I also had Koklov undefeated streak. Well, you'll have to find out, won't you? Wait to find out. We're going to have, in the women's division, we're going to have Melody and Gorgon. Or Gorgonzola. That's going to be the women's title match. There was also going to be Rick Law taking on Trent. Okay, well I thought I put it in, apparently not. Trent Schaefer. And there's another match, it's Casey Valentine. Haven't quite decided what I'm going to do with the tag team titles now that I've suspended Petr Novak. So Casey Valentine was going to defend against Andre Jones. Okay, so we've got 6 definite matches lined up for the first pay-per-view. I can always add some between now and then, which I'm sure I will do. Probably should put Tyson Bane. I might have. I'll leave it like that for now. Just check up on the storylines again. So Cold Storm has kind of come to an unfortunate end. And Smash of the Titans for the working man. Yeah, okay. Right, so we've pretty much hit all the main things. Let's go for the show. Getting suggestions to put Raven Robinson on the pay-per-view. She might well feature. She's not going to be in the women's title match, at least not in this pay-per-view. Okay, not too long now until we get to the show. Marianne. I like the hairstyle on that render. Okay, just check. 3 days. Okay. Mr. Hidamuro. Should probably bring in Greg Gage really as well if I'm doing USPW, but I guess I'm not really thinking too long term for this particular save because it's just like a first look, kind of having to poke around, see what I like and what I don't like. I might do an 8 rings series where I take the time to pick 8 promotions and play as all of them in a series for the CornellVerse. And like I said, maybe one day do that for the LondonVerse as well. Right. Okay, so the event should be tomorrow. Right, so the show, if I'm right, will be today, and it is. Let's get to the fun and games. Yep, that's fine. We've got locker room incidents though. Uh-oh, 99%. Incident involving James Justice. Helped create a great atmosphere backstage when he pulled a great rib on the entire locker room that had everyone laughing afterwards. Always liked him. Now this looks interesting. Miss American Pie and James Justice. Miss American Pie was brought before the Wrestlers' Court accused of failing to pick up her share of the tab at a bar. The judge, James Justice, found her guilty and sentenced her to buy drinks for everyone after the show. Okay. I like that. James Justice, you can stay around. Very nice. Okay, let's book something. Right, so in terms of what I'm looking to do, I want to have Tyson Bane go over an upper mid-card face. No, we don't really have one that I want to use because we can't have the force in that because I've got ideas what I'm going to build towards for the pay-per-view. Again, Mick Muscles is a very good fall guy. Mick Muscles, sorry, it's going to have to be you, my friend. And that will be crap, but apart from that, it's going to be Tyson Bane getting the win. It will be not an open match, and it will be a pinfall finish. Okay. Add match. I want exclude booked in the main events scene. Marek Kokolov isn't actually going to be in a match on this show. He's going to be in Angles though. Rich Money is going to be taking on James Justice. That'll be near the main event, I think. Could argue that that should be the main event, so I might put it on for 22 minutes, see how it goes. Victor Rich Money. Be an open match though. And there's going to be interference. James Justice getting smashed by Marek Kokolov. We'll save that. We're going to also have tag team outing. What we're going to have. I don't think I want an actual tag team in this, but... Or maybe I do actually. Natural Storm and the Cold Warriors. It's a shame because I don't know why it's giving me the option to do that because, yeah, Petar Novak has been suspended, which causes a real problem. So I might have to strip the tag team champions. We need more tag teams to be fair in USPW. I also saw in the comments that someone wanted me to put Julius Moore in some dark matches to get him experience. And that seems like a reasonable request. So, Casey Valentine on one side, Andre Jones on the other side. And we're going to have, as tag team partners, Dusty DeCont with Casey Valentine. And Freddie Datson with Andre Jones. This isn't going to be a massively long match. But I actually want Andre Jones to get the win over Dusty. An open match. Okay, so we'll move that down. Going to have a Force promo later on as well. Add match, singles. Let's get Mr. Nicky Champion a win. Over. Oh, definitely not going in there with Marat Kokolov, at least not yet. Upper mid-carders, Jumbo Jackson, but I don't like Jumbo Jackson. Trent Schaefer's going to be elsewhere. Don't really want him to have him lose at this point to the likes of him. Josh Thompson would actually be a very entertaining match. Okay, so I'll let this go a while. I think that'll be quite entertaining. So Victor's going to be Nicky Champion. Believe it or not, I'm actually going to keep it as an open match. And then the rest is fine, I don't have specifics. Steve Fraley is going to be in action and he's going to get a win. Tempted to put him in there with Enigma, to be quite honest. Just because Enigma's not involved in a massive storyline at the moment. I don't think they've had a match history. If they haven't, that's fine. Auto name. I'll go about 15 as well. We will have Steve Fraley get the win. Again, open match, don't need to bury anyone. And this will be pinfall finish. I haven't done the storyline. I meant to change the... That's fine, it's not going to be a title match. This, modify. I wanted that to be storytelling. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Storytelling will do. Storytelling will do. I want Melody to get a win. Melody over probably Tiffany Jade, I'm thinking. Not the longest match. Good render for Melody, and obviously I'm going to like Tiffany Jade because I did it. Open match though. This is going to obviously lead to a... Yep, that's fine. Don't want it to be a women's title match. Move that down to the bottom of the card. Okay. Let's add some angles here. So beat down in the ring is going to be Marek Koklov and Rich Money. End up beating down James Justice. Chris Caulfield tries to make the save, doesn't work. So that seems okay. That will end the show. Gonna add an angle. Be hype for the world title match, which will take place in a couple of weeks. That will be early in the show. We're going to have an angle where there's a brawl. There'll be a brawl backstage. And even though it's not going to be particularly good, I still want the women to get their time. So Melody and Gorgon will brawl backstage. They'll ball as well backstage. We'll do it just after the match. I'm going to okay, we're going to have Nikki Champion talk about the match. Obviously it's all about the world title, even though it's not actually main eventing my shows, but that's just because of Rich Money's not the champion or in the title feud, so yeah. So that's going to be further down here. We are going to have another angle. Promo. Rich Money talking about Chris Caulfield, and it doesn't matter about the American dream. As long as you've got money, you can buy whatever you need. That kind of promo. That'll be before the main event, I think. Okay, that's fine. Still got more time to work in some angles. Okay, so we're going to open the show with Rich Money and James Justice. They're actually going to, even though they're not in the feud, James Justice is going to say that what Rich Money's doing with Marek Koklov and, you know, jumping people and getting them to do his dirty work isn't right, and that he wants to challenge him later on in the evening for a match. So that's going to open the show, and then that will obviously set up the main event as well. Okay, so I'm going to actually move that. Actually, that might be better there, because then it gives time for Gorgon and Melody to Melody to get backstage, so Gorgon and her can have a little bit of fisticuffs as well. Right, let's add some dark matches. Right, Natural Storm going up against some heels. We're going to be Charlie Thatcher and Atlas. This match is going to suck. Okay. Victor is going to be DC Rain. The loser is going to be Atlas. That's all you need to know for that one. And there's also going to be Rick Law. Okay, actually that's not going to work. Okay, Julius Moore. I could get him crushed by Marek Koklov. Get some exposure in a way, I guess. An 8-minute squash, that's pretty brutal. Victor Marek Koklov, beyond that, I do not mind. Did I not hit? No, I didn't. Did not. Nope, wrong button. Modify segment. Pre-show. Okay, so we've got Julius Moore in the pre-show. Marek Koklov is there to crush him. Koklov is being used more for the angles in this show. So we'll save that. We'll run the show now, and hopefully we do alright. Yep, that's fine. That did better than I thought. In a decent pre-show match, Natural Storm defeated Charlie Thatcher and Atlas in 8 minutes 21 when DC Rain defeated Atlas by pinfall with the storm damage. I guess a C, that's very nice. Seeing some predictions in the chat that B might be the end result, I don't know. In a decent pre-show match, Marek Koklov defeated Julius Moore in 7 minutes 43 by submission with a Russian giant bear hug. That works. This is how you start off a TV show. Rich Money comes down to the ring, he takes the microphone and starts talking to the crowd before eventually getting interrupted by James Justice. They have a big argument going back and forth on the microphone before agreeing to face each other later on in a singles match. That's fine. This match did better as well. In about that had decent in-ring, decent wrestling but didn't have much heat. Melody defeated Tiffany Jade in 8 minutes 28 by pinfall with a Melody Maker. Video plays hyping up Steve Fraley against Nikki Champion, that gets a B+. Gorgon and Melody are backstage, an argument breaks out and they start brawling with each other. A host of road agents and staff have to pull them apart, that's D+. Didn't think that was going to do well, but I do need to kind of get the storyline going with that as well. In a decent match, Tyson Bane defeated Mick Muscles in 8 minutes 3 by pinfall with a Hades bomb. I'm basically having it that next week the Forces are going to come back and do like a really good promo, well hopefully a good promo, and challenge Tyson Bane and T-Rex to a tag match at the pay-per-view. Nikki Champion promo talking about his upcoming title match at the pay-per-view with Steve Fraley gets a B+. Tag team title affair in a decent match, Andre Jones and Freddie Datsun defeated Casey Valentine and Dusty DuCont in 9 minutes 45 when Andre Jones defeated Dusty DuCont by pinfall with a blast from the past. Freddie Datsun's letting everyone down there with a D+. This is good. Josh Thompson is definitely going to be pushed. In a good match, Nikki Champion defeated Josh Thompson in 50 minutes 14 by pinfall with a Hawkeye hammer. Lovely work. That did very well actually. This probably should have been my main event. Ah well. In about the had great heat and good wrestling, Steve Fraley defeated Enigma in 15 minutes and 8 seconds by pinfall with a Fraley's Comet. Well done to Enigma actually. Rich Money promo hyping up his upcoming match with Chris Caulfield gets an A, and I've got a feeling the main event's going to be poo now. Not bad, not the worst, not as good as I thought it should be though. In about that had great heat and good wrestling, Rich Money defeated James Justice in 21 minutes 54 seconds by pinfall with a Dollars from Heaven. During the match we also had Marek Koklov run in and attack Justice. And I forgot I've got an angle as well, which also gets a B. Koklov and Money attack Justice and Caulfield in the ring and leave them down and out. End show. B+. That's pretty good. Multisport in the chat got it right. B+ is what we get for that show. And that's going to bring us to an end of this first look at TEW 2016, which is rapidly turning into a USPW series, I realise. The next episode we'll be doing the next television show, I think, just before we do the pay-per-view, or that might have been the last one before the pay-per-view. Probably should have checked that, and probably did in fact check that, and just still ignored it. But I hope you've all enjoyed the episode. I've enjoyed it. If you have liked this video, do make sure you hit the like button and subscribe for more content down below. Until I see you next time, I've been ScottBGaming, and I'll see you around.